opposing camps together, and they are the presidency and Amechi. Unfortunately, on that day, we were to go to our the president that day and then see Amechi the next day, but then we found out he had left the country. So that is why we postponed these meetings. But elders can sit down anywhere and make their own conclusion, come to their conclusions and divulge them as they so desire. The truth remains, the PDP has not been the most stable party in the history of man. The PDP has, in fact, continuously eaten up its best people or shut them down. The PDP is right now even embroiled in such a rancorous situation that we find they are now running with an interim management, and even that management is not going to be able to produce a convention going by the ruling of the court case, yes, even though they're going to appeal it. Now, this is all evidence of what is happening in every party. All the political parties in Nigeria have not exhibited full internal democracy. They've not exhibited full internal discipline. They've not exhibited full internal integrity. Now, the question then begs that if these people cannot, with amongst their small groupings, do what is right, are we really being led by honorable men of integrity? Honorable Obayagmo has been a member of the House of Assembly twice. He's been a member of the House of Representatives. When he stands up to talk, every one of us listens. I've never seen him pick up a chair to hit another. But even in the National Assembly, we have seen people throw blows, seen people hammer each other. Now, why is there such a recurrent indiscipline? It is because of an arrogance, that on this sense of impunity that has permeated all the organs of government. It is not a question of just the executive. It is the executive, legislature, and unfortunately, the judiciary. So at no time has a Nigerian man, common man or woman, been fully represented in those hallowed chambers of governance. It seems everybody is more concerned about taking care of himself rather than thinking of us. And by the way, I hope that civil society will not be tempted to duplicate what they call the Arab Revolution. The Arab Revolution has always ended in either civil war or military takeover. If we do it in Nigeria, it will end up in forced anarchy, mass murder, mayhem, and then military takeover.
Okay.
So unless we want a military government back in power, we have to be very circumspect and wise about what we do, when we do it, and how we do it.
Okay, very interesting point you raised there. Ugo, your own take on the issue of the PDP crisis being part of the core of the problem that we have in Rivers State and across Nigeria?
Unfortunately, I say unfortunately with some level of care, PDP, as it were, has remained the biggest party. And that probably makes the party very arrogant. I don't belong to any political party, but watching it from my own angle there out on the street, they are so arrogant to the extent that they feel that no other person can occupy Asorok. And therefore, hey, who the hell are you? Remember before 2011 election, what is supposed to be a party affair of where the president comes from? They made it look like it's a national, it's a party thing that let's rotate presidency. It's not for public consumption. But it has got to the point where when the PDP is talking about it, looks like the nation is deciding that the president will come from the north or from the south. It is not the people that is deciding it. And I think if PDP does not take time, it will consume itself. I'm just warning. If they don't take time, they would do things, you know what I mean, that will be so counterproductive.
So what's your thought on the elders sitting together, having a press conference and making allegations against Governor Amechi and looking like they're heating up the problems in the state?
Let me say this. I don't care if they take offense. That's not how elders talk. Elders don't speak anyhow. They take their time to find out what it is that is, you know what I mean, and they neither go to the left nor go to the right. They go through a path that would lead to the solution. The way you say it, that you can see that even if they didn't blame Amechi, even if they blamed presidency, I would still say they are partisan about it. They are not supposed to take sides. And if you ask me if this is the quality of elders that they have
In PDP?
PDP is in trouble.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the issue of. Let's look at other issues on the issue of. Now, let's look at the Constitution review as part of, because we have to begin to round up now. Constitution review, the process has been on for a while now, since I think it was end of last year that they started talking about going through all of the states of the country and allowing Nigerians to speak their mind. And they've come to a point now where they're voting on specific sections of the Constitution of Nigeria. What's your own thought about the process so far and what looks like the imminent solution that the National Assembly will be putting forward?
Well, the process so far, for me, I don't find anything fundamentally defective with it, you know, but it's just that, you know, because government and governance before now have not been able to deliver the dividends of democracy to the people. The people have become a little bit apathetic. The people have viewed government's activities, either at the level of the executive or at the level of parliament, with a sense of Olympian aloofness. So I discovered that before now, even now, the people didn't quite respond. The people did not see any reason why they should agglutinate, why they should gravitate towards all that constitutional colloquy which the National Assembly put in place with a view to sensitizing and conscientizing the individual and aggregate aspirations and views of Nigerians as it had to do with the constitutional amendment. That's my first observation. And in this, you won't blame the people.
Taking you up on that one then, do you think whatever comes out of it, if the people have not been properly sensitized and don't seem to have engaged properly, do you think the outcome is going to be we the people, or is still going to be the National Assembly?
Well, it's the best we can. It's the best we can get. At least it's an amelioration on the constitutional lie, you know, of the 1999 Constitution, which proclaimed we the people. But so this is an improvement on it, you know. But let's hope that in the future, when governance really have meaning to the people with themselves will see the Kantian categorical imperative, you know, for them to be interested and show excitement in activities such as this, you know. So for me, so far so good, excepting when we leave this general review and we begin to enter into...
Take one issue, for example, the issue of impunity in Nigeria and the fact that they're now saying no immunity for the governors and the president. What's your thought on that one?
Let me say straight away that I quite understand the political and sociological ratiocinations that went into the dialectical confutations that saw the final withdrawal, or rather recommended withdrawal of immunity by the National Assembly. And these issues border on the Byzantine modus vivendi, the Byzantine lifestyle of most of our executive suzerains who wallow